Hello and welcome back to Invincible Asia. I'm George Clark and today I get to check out Men Behind the Sun 3, A Narrow Escape, released on Blu-ray from Massacre Video. Don't forget folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, like the video and all that jibber jabber, and thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. So I'm finally at the third part of the Massacre Video trilogy release of Men Behind the Sun. Still hoping that they will go down the road of releasing part 4, which was considered as the official sequel to the very first movie. So part 2, if you go back again, check out the audio-visual commentary for part 1 and part 2, you'll see the reactions we've had to both of those shocking movies. With Godfrey Ho's part 2, Laboratory of the Devil, really working as a remake, very much more of an exploitation movie than the first, I would say, but definitely had some very horrific and gory moments in there. I don't think it shocked us as much, but it certainly did the job. It was a very good movie. Part 3 I haven't heard many good reports on, I have to say. This is the sequel to Godfrey Ho's remake. I don't think, now if both of them weren't released as Men Behind the Sun, if perhaps part 2 was just released as Laboratory of the Devil and this as A Narrow Escape, Laboratory of the Devil 2, I feel that there might have been a bit more love put towards them, but as they've been given the Men Behind the Sun titles and they're not really sequels to the very first movie, I feel that's where a lot of the hatred is coming from for Godfrey Ho's 2 entries, I suppose. But here we have it, A Narrow Escape from Massacre Video, and very much like the other 2 releases there. Neatly designed, neatly put together, but not a lot of extras with it like there was with the first 2. So with this one we get again a new 2K restoration from the 35mm original camera negatives, which is just wonderful, uncompressed Mandarin and Cantonese PCM sound, removable English subtitles, stills from behind the scenes, and trailers from other Massacre Video releases. Unfortunately, no interviews with Godfrey Ho. Again, that was a disappointment on the Laboratory of the Devil disc for me, as we had got a director's interview on the very first movie. But yes, let's see. Doesn't tell me the regions. I can't really see if it is region free or not. I'm guessing it's region free because I'm having no problems playing them on my non-multi-regional players. So I'm guessing they are put out there as region free. Inside opens up like so, slightly different to the cover on Frontier, but a very much a bigger sort of variation of the artwork there. But yeah, I am liking what they're doing with these. I hope they complete the collection with part 4, as I've said numerously. Please, Massacre Video, if you are out there watching, try and get the rights to that. I think it would be nice to complete that collection. Inside we have got nothing yet again, very bare bones. A wee booklet, maybe lobby cards, poster, whatever, would have been an interesting addition. And something just to excite the fans who are spending their money on these movies, of course. And here we have the full spread of the artwork. And on the flip side, another still from the movie. I'm not too sure how much of that you're going to see, given the reflections and the light in here. But yeah, I mean, look, I've been fairly pleased with these all over. The restorations of the films themselves have been wonderful. The first time viewings have certainly been an experience, that's for sure. And this we will follow up with an audio-visual commentary on the third part here, of course we will. But yeah, excited to get stuck into this. Nothing much more I can share with you right now, but going to go check this out for a first time watch with Mark. The audio-visual, of course, will follow this video tomorrow. And yeah, well, I'll be right back and let you know what I think. So, just back after checking out Massacre Video's Blu-ray release of Men Behind the Sun 3, Narrow Escape, aka Maruta 3, Destroy All Evidence, and it's clear to see why. That title perhaps would have been a much better one to put on this, because that's what the movie is about, destroying the evidence. This is when the Unit 731, I was calling them 735 for some reason, 731 destroy everything and head out on the train, unfortunately with a couple of infected people on board there. Now, I was kind of hoping that this would have went into some sort of Train to Busan kind of thing, and it didn't. You'll be able to sort of see our reactions, because we did again watch this for the first time during an audio-visual commentary that's due to come out after this video. It was quite different, I have to say, and I can understand why people were disappointed with this one, and still are disappointed, I suppose. It's more of a Godfrey style cut and paste movie, let's just say. It takes a lot of that gore from his sequel, from part 2, and puts it in here again. We don't see a lot of fresh gore stuff, so to speak, or horrific moments. There are still some there, don't get me wrong, but I just feel, for me, I got the impression that this was part of part 2. This was a bigger movie. Part 2, or Laboratory of the Devil, let's say, was a much bigger movie that then was split into 2, so that part 3, or Narrow Escape, Destroy All Evidence, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it got released with those excerpts from the Laboratory of the Devil put back in there whenever there is genuine reason for it, whenever certain cast members are having flashbacks or thinking about it while they're trying to escape in the train. But overall, it was more of a drama than it was a category 3 horror, let's just say. Still, I quite enjoyed it for what it was. I find good in everything. I don't think it was an absolute waste of time. Please, I urge you to go and check out the audio commentary. As I say, if you haven't already seen the first 2, go and watch those first, and then you'll sort of get that continuation there. But it wasn't terrible. The 2K restoration looked great for the most part. There was definitely some beautiful scenes throughout that, although filmed quite differently to the other. I have to say that this felt definitely more like an independent feel to it, with guerrilla style filmmaking, a lot of handheld stuff, but I liked it. There were certain moments that I did sit up and take notice, for sure. So the quality was good. The gallery runs for a few minutes, again taking some shots from on set there. It was good to see. There's certain things that were kind of new, I suppose, but it's just a quick slideshow of scenes from the movie or behind the scenes. And then you have, again, a bunch of trailers here. Men Behind the Sun 2 and 3. Why they put 3 in there, I'll never know. Should have been Men Behind the Sun 1, I suppose, to help promote that. Tumbling Doll of Flesh and Ostermontag again. But yes, overall, kind of lacks a few features there that should have been on an audio commentary, for example. Perhaps an interview with Godfrey Ho, as I said before. But do you know what? It closes the Massacre video release of the trilogy well. I do hope they go ahead with Black Sun, the Nanking Massacre, just to complete that bunch of films there. But yeah, I mean, not terrible at all. Not disappointed that I picked it up. One thumb up for this one in terms of its entertainment value, but still glad that it is part of my collection. So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews, and follow me on Instagram @InvincibleAsia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu and I will see you soon.